Right, hello people, and welcome to a little bit of an overview of this. It's the Nokia One Plus. I'm going to show you this. I'm going to show you a few things in the box. So first of all, what I should mention is that this phone is only $69.99. Now, what do you get for $69.99? And it's been reduced in some places. You get it from Currys and Very for $69.99. You can get a Vodafone, you can get it on a really cheap deal. Same with EE. It is in this grand world of smartphones where we live, where I am always reviewing the top end phones of the likes of Samsung Galaxy S10 and the brand new Huawei phones and the P30s. This is very much entry level. So you're going to be seeing things like this. This is a USB, micro USB charging cable, not USB-C. It's got a charger there. Don't expect fast charge or anything flash like that. And you get, let me show you something that we haven't seen from a smartphone here at Cool Smartphone for quite some time. You see this? I was flexing this when I first got it because the thing I do, I check in build quality and I tend to flex it like that. I thought I'd broken it because the back sort of snapped and I thought, oh no, I've broken the phone. But this Nokia One Plus actually has a removable back panel. You can see here it's flexible friend. It's got a sort of a little mark on there as well, but you got a little grippy rear panel on there, hole for the camera. The buttons here on the right hand side, as you will look at the phone in a moment, are passed through to the inside of the phone on here and here and here. You can see that hopefully. And look, a removable battery. Remember when we used to have removable batteries? It's been such a long time. This is a 2,500 milliamp hour removable battery, which doesn't sound like a lot, but then again, this isn't a high-powered phone. It's not going to drink. It's not going to drink power. It's got a SIM card slot and a micro SD card slot, as you can see there and there. That is the rear 8-megapixel camera, which I'll tell you a bit more about in a moment. So these specs on this one, let's admit they're not going to be the highest, most amazing specs in the world, but you've got an 8-megapixel rear camera there. With, here you go, it's on the top back of the box by the way, with an autofocus, and it's got a flash, an LED flash. On the front is a 5-megapixel camera, which is in the display. Well, it's not in the display, it's on top of the display. And you've got a 1.5 gigahertz quad-core processor, which I believe is from, I'm just clicking around to find out who it's from, MediaTek. It's a MediaTek CPU. Now, this runs the Go edition of the Android the Android Pie OS, as you've probably already seen there from the logo on the screen, which means you get versions of Google Mail, Gmail, and versions of Google Maps and Assistant that are more geared towards the specifications of this entry-level phone. So you can see here in the background, the entry-level specifications are the fact it's only got 1 gig of RAM. That's very low, really, for the full-fat Google Android operating system. It's got 8 gig of storage, again, very low. 8 gig of storage nowadays. I've never really seen that for a long time here on Cool Smartphone, but you can augment that with the reverse micro SD card slot, which we've shown you, so you can boost that up. It's got a 5.45 inch, it's ping-ponging at me, LCD touchscreen to show you what's happening. It's fairly low resolution. The PPI on that one isn't very high, about 197 PPI. It's quite reflective as well, so it's at 854 by 480 pixel screen. Sorry, I was off the top of the camera there. I've got to get this going. So yeah, reverse 8-megapixel camera, front 5-megapixel camera, and this 18 by 9 FWVGA IPS screen. You've got no NFC, so don't expect that. You've got this quad-core MediaTek CPU, which I've already mentioned, Android 9 Pie, but it is the Go edition. And we've also got GPS, Bluetooth 4.2. We've got no NFC, don't expect NFC. We've got Wi-Fi 2.4 gigahertz, only not 5 gigahertz. So if you're expecting to get the 5 gigahertz enhanced Wi-Fi speed, get that out of your head, because that's not going to happen. But then again, it's in only £69. You've got a 3.5mm audio port at the top. Sorry for all the wobbling here. And then on the left, nothing at all. On the back, you've got the reverse, the external speaker here, which is making all the noise at the moment. You got the lovely Nokia logo, which gives me flashbacks. And then you got the micro USB charging port at the bottom. And then the sort of power or wake up button and the volume up and down here. The interface, as you can see here, we've got all the Google versions of the apps, the Go edition of the apps, which, as I said, are just use less space and they're more geared towards this sort of low-end phone. So if I run Chrome, I'll give you a bit of an idea on the speed of the phone. You can see here this is all cached, and it's asking me to actually update Chrome, which is quite interesting. I am not actually logged into Google on this particular phone, so I can't go into Google Play right now. But if we go into one of the reviews, you'll see how that's not too bad actually, but that one's cached. So let's go into one that I haven't cached, I haven't clicked on before. Again, not bad, not bad. There is a little bit of latency between me actually typing on the key. You see, the keyboard takes a little while to come up. Not too bad, again, not terrible, but not as fast as you would perhaps expect elsewhere. But then again, this is an entry-level phone. So if I go to the BBC website, which I still have the habit of typing in news.bbc.co.uk, even though it's not actually that URL anymore, you can see that loads fairly nippily, fairly quickly. Not too bad at all. What else have we got on this phone? Let's sweep up. Not a great deal. And that's a good thing, really, to be honest. You can put your own apps on there. How well they're going to run with 1 gig of memory, that remains to be seen. I don't think you're going to be able to push this too far. We're going to do another video a bit later on, but I'm expecting if you're going to you're not going to be able to put a really high spec game on here. You're not going to be able to push it too much. This is really for people that are getting started in the smartphone world, or perhaps upgrading from a feature phone. So you've got files, you've got contacts, which are all synced with the cloud. The contacts are, as well as your calendar, as well as your Gmail, etc. If you've got a Google account, you are away. You've got the FM radio, which you'll need to have headphone plugged in for, which you don't get supplied in the box, by the way. You can have different wallpapers. So here we can click on the lower left. We can choose on-device wallpapers and switch that out. So we can set that as the wallpaper, like that. And then you can set it as a home screen, lock screen, or both. So let's set it as a home screen. It's going to have a bit of a think. And then look at that. Lovely home screen. Nice. You can put all these icons or some of these icons on the top screen. So if you want to have, let's say it's already over there. Let's have files. And we want that up on the top. We can sort of move that up there. Calculator, calendar, and a camera. We're going to take a few test photos on the camera. You can see again, this is taking a little while just to start up, and the refresh on the camera isn't amazing, but again, this is entry level, so don't expect brilliant photographs on here. So that really is a little bit of an overview of this, the Nokia One Plus, $69.99 if you want it, really dirt cheap on Vodafone and EE on contract. And you can read a bit more about this on coolsmartphone.com.